Everybody, this is the Tony and Tasha podcast coming
Yes,
at you. I know it's late.
yes,
What time is it?
we
Is
apologize.
yeah, it's 9:18. This is how it goes. Sometimes
Yes,
you come on late, but guess what, guys? We have what we consider to be a great topic today,
yes.
and that topic today we're going to be talking about is I'm tired of doing business with leeches. And I'm gonna say it again. I'm tired of doing business with leeches or with a leech. And we know what a leech is. A leech is something that a creature or whatever you want to call it that sucks two different things and suck the blood out of that particular animal or even you. It could suck the blood out or suck blood. I won't say out of a human, but it suck the blood, taking from you, not giving you anything, but taking. But even if you go to where is that at? Where it talks about
Okay, we
uh,
have our
no the urban
so
definition.
our the urban definition for leech is one who constantly takes from others without giving anything in return.
Wow, that's
Oh,
pretty big.
that is
That's
pretty
pretty
big.
big. A
Yes.
taker and not a giver. You know what I mean? Just take, 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 take. And we all know individuals like this,
Mhm.
and we're speaking from the perspective of someone who owned their own business.
Yes.
Not we know I could call a whole lot of leeches that's just in your family alone. You know what I mean? To take,
Mm,
take, take, and we everybody knows someone that's a leech.
yes.
Well, and it is a shame, you know what I mean. But it
It
is
is
what it
what it
is.
is.
And but in the perspective of someone who owns their own business, trying to do business with you,
Mhm.
sometimes we could run across leeches. Now,
Oh yeah.
and that could be, we won't say any names, but
No.
just people, even some people that come and do business with us, they always want to take from you, whether it be information
Mhm.
from you, but they don't want to do business with you, but
Yes.
they always want to know and get information from you. And some people, what they charge, like,
Consultation
yeah,
fees,
consultation.
but us, our business, we're pretty lenient. We'll give information. We'll consult with you, and we won't even charge a consultation fee because we just how we are. We believe
Right.
in just being open and trying to
Yeah,
help one another.
that's right. And I'm not saying that we won't
Hmm.
charge a consultation
Yes.
fee, but you still have individuals that they want. Do you know people that own their own business or that are so-called inspired to do business? They
Hmm.
won't do it if you don't, or they'll ask
Hmm.
for suggestions, or if you say you'll do something, and they'll always write off you in order to run their business. They'll say, "Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, what do you think?" And they looking for information from you, and then they'll say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that," or they'll say, "Okay, what are you doing?" Okay, I'm gonna
Hmm.
do that. You know what I mean? And then don't even want to talk about the money issue when you mention
No.
that.
Mm-mm.
It's been individuals that as soon as you mention free stuff, because a lot of times we do free promotional work.
Yes, we do.
We give out things so that you can understand what it is that we do, and you
And
can
to
look out.
also to be able to try to build that relationship because
Right.
sometimes I'm going to say black folks, sometimes we have a hard time trusting each other when we have businesses. It's all we always have this red flag up, but when we go into to patronize other businesses, like maybe we go into McDonald's or we go to the mall and buy clothing, we're not there trying to say, how can I build a relationship with you? You go in there because you know you want to patronize that business. You're going to buy something. But us, we treat each other sometimes like we always have this red flag up like, I got to build a relationship. Yeah, it's okay building a relationship with other businesses, but you still have to keep in mind that we
You
we
have to
provide a
pay us. Right.
service. We provide a service, and
All right.
most
But
so.
it's I don't. Okay, so my thing is this, right? You have individuals that, okay, we might have the mindset that we want to build a relationship with you,
Yes.
and that's why we're giving you free promotional work. But then on the other hand, you might have the other individual or the other business that looks at it as a take situation where
Yes.
they didn't plan on paying for services. So they don't mind that you do promotional work because they're not going to pay for anything anyway, and it just help their business out. Not understanding that we're doing it to build a relationship with you and to even probably even help your business grow, because listen, you need promotional work.
Yes, you
So
do.
because no one knows who you are if you don't have promotional work in terms of promotional video or an ad or whatever it happens, we'll give that away for free. But you have people that would take advantage of that. And
Yes,
that's where the leech come in, where
most
they
definitely.
always want to take more from you, or do you do this? And listen, they won't even pay out or want to pay out money unless it's something free.
Yes,
You
and
know,
like you said, never wanting to put money into their business. I mean, they'll go get things that they want. They'll go on vacations. They'll go. They're not sacrificing. Some of them just don't want to sacrifice. They'll go and buy that latest gym shoes or get the latest hair done style. But they look at their business. They're
right?
not looking at as is that important.
Right, but they'll
So,
take from your business anything that they can get free, or they don't want to pay a lot of money. In fact, some of them don't want to pay money at all. They'll always try to figure. You could listen. We've ran deals. Now let me tell you,
yes.
we have given out deals where we started, where we'll give you 3 videos for only $150 a month. And
Yes.
some individuals can't afford that. But what my wife is trying to say, they'll spend money in other areas and spend the same or more money. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Just
Yes.
think of businesses like that. And have you noticed that you can go into a lot of black-owned businesses, and you can see that that business looks like it's struggling, and then you
Yes.
tell them about, well, a lot of times, excuse me, a lot of times that we struggle is because, well, obviously we struggle is because no one is coming in to patronize our business. So
Right.
that means that they're not putting money into business. But when they go into your business, they don't see anything in there. I've went into dollar stores where there's been black businesses, and they
Yes.
will have it looks to be about $2,000 on the shelf. Where you'll go
Yeah.
into other businesses,
You know.
and you will see $100,000 on the shelf. And some of these business owners that are entrepreneur could have good credit score, where they can utilize their credit score to level, to put the products
Yes.
in the building and make the money. See, and that goes to our area of. No, I don't want to go there right now. But what are we saying? You have to get in your mind that the way you're going to make money is that is you're going to have to advertise, and at sometimes it costs money. It takes you
Yes.
spending out your own money to make that thing happen, unless you have good business credit. You know
Most
what I mean?
definitely.
If you don't have good business credit, which that's a whole nother thing, you're gonna have to spend our money. But not to we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're sticking with the area of the leech. You can't expect to go into companies and always look for you have $3,000 in your pocket, but you only want to spend $100. But
Yes.
you want $3,000 worth of work done. You get what I mean? That's taking.
Yeah.
You're not giving, but you're taking. You just I'm trying to be, not be so expensive because I
Expensive.
know. Yeah, I understand that, but if you want a quality service, you're gonna
Yes.
have to pay for that. And I'm not saying that you have to pay a whole lot of money, but
No.
you do have to pay people.
Yes.
We make it our duty to make sure that if we want something, we pay for it. Sometimes it even be a sacrifice, but
Yes, it
if
does.
we need it, I know businesses that don't even want to spend money on their business in terms of equipment, and they
Yes.
have the money. Or there's ways for them to get the money and they won't go after it. But they'll ask you to research it for them. Oh,
Yes.
and you can say, all you have to do is, go on certain sites. Oh, yeah, could you send me the link? I can just give you the address to the website, and you can go on it yourself.
And
See,
research.
right, and research yourself. But they want you to do all the work for
For
them.
their business.
Yeah, and trust me, we've ran into a lot of people that you can we can charge a low fee, but they want a whole lot of work done. They want you
Yes.
to do everything
Mm-hmm.
for $100.
And so that's being unfair because if we just give free services, we cannot go to our landlord, like of our business, and tell him, well, I have to build a relationship first, before I can pay you.
And
I
when you mean landlord, you're
yeah.
talking about the lease here
Yeah,
in
the
the
lease here
building,
in our
right?
business, in our
Right.
establishment. I can't tell our landlord that, oh, I have to first, before I can pay you, I have to build a relationship with my clients first before they can pay us. That doesn't work. It's not. I mean, it's okay. It's good to build relationships, like I said before, because that's number one. But you still have to be able to provide a service and collect as well for your business, so that, because we have overhead for our business and it has to be paid. We can't wait on, like down the line into a person want to get to know you. They want to get to know you. But when we go into the store, we're not trying to get to know that store. When we go in there and buy those pairs of a pair of pants or a shirt, we're not going in and say, oh, let me build a relationship with you first before I buy your pants, or before I buy your shirt. No, we go in there, we say, I want those pants and I want those shoes, and we go up to the counter, we put our money out of our wallets or our purses, and we say, here, take the money, and they give you a product. So that's the same here for businesses. It's like, it's an exchange. It's not just
Right,
a
give and take.
one-sided thing.
Right,
It's an exchange.
and that's right. But so just sticking with that leech thing, you just don't want to be a leech. You don't want to be a leech in business where you just a taker and you're not a giver. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when we give you, when you come to our place of business, or anybody, because this conversation is not about us, but
No.
if you go to anyone, there's a give and take. Give and take meaning I give you my services, you pay me your money. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Or whatever that is. I mean, you paying
Right.
for
And
that service.
service. And if you cared about your business in terms of promoting your business, and you care about your business, you would have that open mind. When you come to places of establishment, like, I want to purchase, advertisement service. I want you to help promote my business. So most definitely.
And that's right. And before you go now, I want to look at that scripture of the day. Because guys, we're believers, so that we would like to stand on the scripture as being our pathway to our success. And, and
Yes.
and one of the things that there's a scripture that says in Proverbs 10:4, it says, a slack hand causes poverty, but a hand of the diligent make rich. So
Yes.
there's some diligence. There's some things that we have to be diligent in order to become have a better or successful life. Or as the what is this? This is the ESV. As the ESV says, make rich. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he said a diligent hand
Diligent.
makes rich. So what is that? What does that mean? A diligent hand? Someone who's constantly being consistent in what they're doing. They're doing some things. They're not sitting waiting on somebody to give them something free for their business in order for them to operate. Because you're saying that if I can't take free things, then I can't have my business won't be successful. Well, you already headed down the wrong road when you constantly looking, well, who can I take from? I don't want to give up the $500 in my pocket. I want to pay $100 in my pocket, but that service might requires you to pay $400 in your pocket. And the only way you would do business is if I take the $100. Well, you got to understand, business doesn't work that way. Me and my wife, we've paid for. I mean, we've paid a whole lot of stuff, expensive
Yes.
stuff, to get what
Yes.
we need, because that's what we needed to make our business go to the next level.
Most
Maybe it's not.
definitely.
I'm not necessarily talking about Boucher Media. I'm talking about in books that we had put together,
Yes.
curriculums that we had put together, grants that we had done. We had to pay money.
Most
Listen, we
definitely.
couldn't go to those grant people and say, "Hey, listen, I know you charge $800, but I only got $350. Can you take that?" No, and you have the $800. Now I can see if you don't have the $800, but guess
Yes.
what? You have to go work and get that $800.
Yes.
Don't stop your business because you don't have the $800. You go see what you have to do. You have to be. You have to use some wisdom. And what do you need to do to get that $800? But what I'm saying is that the slack hand is what's going to make us poor.
Oh, yes.
Slack hand, not moving
Yes.
forward, not getting off our two
Mm-hmm.
hands, and making things happen. You can be a dreamer all day. No, no, no. It's a difference. You can be a fantasizer, somebody
Yeah,
who
that's
fantasize all day, because
fantasize.
a dreamer actually do things. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
a person who fantasize,
Fantasize.
they're that's what they are. They're being unrealistic
Yeah.
to the things and how they're going to accomplish those things. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, Tom.
So according to
Well,
socialmediatoday.com,
before we get there,
okay,
let's get to the 5 ways. Did we write that down? The
we
three
have three
ways. You know,
ways.
and listen to what we're saying. You know, there's 3 ways to know from our perspective that we're not using anybody else's, but
Mm-hmm.
from our perspective,
To
that what did
determine
we
it,
say?
3 things to determine if you are acting like within your business, leeches within your business. So number one is the only way you will promote your business if someone is giving you free promotional services.
So now listen to that. The only way you will promote your business is someone is giving it to you free. You don't want to pay for it. You know, you don't want to spend money out of your pocket because you rather go buy those $300 pair of shoes, or you rather go you spend money that you don't have.
Instead
And
of
that
putting it in somewhere that's going to help you to
right
grow and,
as an right,
as a
you rather
business.
build an expense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Instead of have an expense, instead of having an asset,
Yeah,
you
the
want to
assets.
have
So
a
you rather
liability.
right, you rather do that. So
So
here's a
number two
number
is
two.
if you like to take other people's idea instead of using your own.
Yeah, you take other people's ideas instead of using your own. That means that you're taking. You're constantly taking. You're not receiving. Well, you're not giving, but you're taking. You get what I
Yes.
mean? So that means that what do that means? Okay, so you will call me on the phone. And I've had this happen. You know that, and we do help people, but you'll call
Yes.
people on the phone, and you know that we have a consultation fee, but yet you don't care about that.
No.
You want to just gain, and you want to just take information from me. You don't want to say, okay, brother, before, I know
Mm-hmm.
you guys have a consultation fee, so I don't mind paying for that. But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You rather just sit down and gather all the. I don't want to say any names, but
Mm-hmm.
I
No
know
names.
someone that came up here, and I gave him the information, but he knew what time it was. But and and a lot of times we have to walk in love in those areas. Well, and not a lot of times, all the time we have to walk in love, but not be taken advantage of. But
Mm-hmm.
he just constantly kept taking the information, asking more. Actually wanted to go through my facility and see what I had, so he could write down those same things so that he can go buy those things.
Yeah, so it
That's a
wasn't coming to patronize
right.
more of our business. Coming, what
The
can I
take,
get? What
the
can I
take,
get?
right?
So
And that's a leech. You're
yeah.
not. You just want to take. You don't want to give. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna pay you for your time. You get what I
Yes,
mean?
most definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna pay
So
you for
number
your,
3 is if you're always waiting on others to help you with your business instead of you taking your own initiative to help your business.
right. I know we know people like that. They don't move like, and I don't want to. Okay, because these are good people, but
Yeah.
okay. So it's been even situations where I've had people to call me on the phone and ask me to do their work for them. Could you do this, or could you find out this information? Because see, I know y'all researchers and y'all know how to.
And you guys are go
Yeah,
getters,
but
like they
but
say.
but but even in that,
Mm-hmm.
you got to find out what it's going to take your business to run. I'm running my own business. You know what I mean? Again,
Mm-hmm.
we walk in love, but
Yes.
you still have to get up off your hands and find out how you going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this one pastor preach, and he said that if you don't. God, He's already blessed us, but it's going to take us. He said that you could go give your tithes and sow seed, but it doesn't make a difference if you're sowing the seed and giving your tithe and you just go home. You don't get up. You don't go on the computer. You don't find out
Mm-hmm.
or who's meeting where and talk about to socialize
Networking.
and network and organization. You just sit at home and hope somebody gonna
Mm-hmm.
call you and tell you what you need to do. You
Mm-hmm.
don't. That's terrible.
Yes, it
That's
is.
terrible business, and you want to keep all the money in your pocket and not pay people, and
Yes.
always looking for something for free. Your business is not going
to
to
grow.
grow.
And you have to put in that promotion, like I'm about to read now. According to socialmediatoday.com, it says that most businesses don't see positive return on their investment from Facebook or other social media platforms. Studies were done, and the results show that over 4,700 U.S. small businesses with fewer than 10 employees found that only 24% were seeing positive return on their investment. And the reason is that because there were not consistency. They did not want to place promotional ads. They did not. They probably would do it one time and that's it. They didn't have a consistency in terms of a monthly budget put to the side to keep those ads, to keep those promotional ads running monthly. And that's what were the results of what I found in that study under according to social media.
Right. So she's saying out of 47,000 people,
4,700
oh no, 4,700 people, only 24% were
we're
seeing
positive
positive return.
on their investment.
And why? It's because they didn't. Why did that happen?
So in 2000, it says that a few years ago, it said you could use Facebook to reach thousands of people and drive solid website traffic. But in 2017, having no advertising budget for social media can drastically hinder your results.
One of the things that I come up against is that there's always individuals who will come or they'll call you on the phone. And once you mention that one word, listen, they have look, leech mentality. They have everything that they want you to do for them. But as soon as you say, what is your budget? They think you speaking in Chinese.
Yes, they do.
They think you speaking a whole different language. And I'm speaking English, at least that's what I'm thinking. And I'm asking you, what is your budget? Because you have to have a budget. And this is the thing about that word budget. A lot of individuals, different businesses, they think that you're trying to rip them off if you ask what their budget is. Because guess what? They can have at least about, I'll say you got a $3,000 budget. And I ask you, so okay, so what is your budget? They think that, okay, I'm not going to tell them $3,000 because if I say $3,000, they're going to use my whole $3,000 up. And they really could have done it for $1,000. Well, listen, if you don't tell me what your budget is, because listen, whatever you tell me, I'm going to tell you what we can do for that amount of money.
Yes.
So we're not ripping you
We'll
off.
never turn you away.
Right. We're just going to show you what we can do if we can do anything with that budget that you told us that you have. So think smart. If I have $50,000, as a $50,000 budget put to the side, and somebody asks me that question, I know what I have. But what I'll do is, and I'm giving you a hint, this is something you should really write down. I'm going to tell you, listen, I have $20,000 to spend. So what happens is I'm going to make room for myself. I'm going to make a $30,000 over, head where, a spendable. I'm going to leave. I have $30,000. I'm going to tell you I want to spend 20. So what happens if anything come down the road that I need to add to that, I have the money to do it. So I wouldn't suggest ever telling anyone your whole budget that you have, but tell them, what you want to work with, and then you add on to it at your, if something go wrong or something don't work out right. So all we're saying is that you have to spend money. Yes. You have to be creative. Yeah, there are ways that you can be creative, but listen, don't always think that way in terms of, when I mean creative, in ways that you can do business without spending money. Because it's going to come a time when you're going to have to go into that bank account and you're going to have to give that money up. I know somebody might say, well, what if I don't have that money? Well, then you need to do what it takes to get the money legally.
Because your company is important to you.
Right.
So you're going to take those necessary steps that you have to do to get your business off the ground.
Get your business off the ground.
So,
I mean, that happened to us before.
Yes.
I remember when we were trying to do something called Faith Kids. And I remember where we had the artwork. No, we didn't have the
We
artwork
didn't
like
have the
we
artwork.
wanted. And we went to this individual and we asked him, we give him the artwork and we said, okay, well, let us know what it's going to take to get these characters drawn up to the way we need them done. So he said, okay,
Hmm.
give me a couple of days. So, he came back to us and, he told us for, I think it was at that time, 4 characters. He said $5,000. We looked at each
Hmm.
other.
Yeah.
We said, "Oh my God, $5,000!" And
Hmm.
we really didn't have the money to spend
No, we
five
did
thousand
not.
dollars to
Mm-mm.
draw up 5 characters. So
Hmm.
you know what we did? We got creative.
Yes,
We
we
went
did.
back to home. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think even that night I got a little frustrated. I
Oh
think I
yeah.
went to sleep, and then I
Hmm.
think my wife and my other daughter
Hmm.
were looking and researching online of things that they could do to
Hmm.
create these characters on our own. And then the next
Yes.
morning when I woke up, they had something that
Hmm.
that
That's
means you
right.
have to. I mean, you gotta have to
Hmm.
get off your hands. We now if we had the money, what we would have paid it. I don't know, but because $5,000 is a little bit much for
Hmm.
5 characters. But
Yes.
what we do is maybe we would have found someone cheaper that
Hmm.
was in our budget. But we looked to see what could we do.
Hmm.
We just didn't stop doing what
We were
we
doing,
knew that we believe God called
and
us to
we didn't
do.
go to that person and say, "Please, can you work with us?
Right? We didn't do
Can
that.
you, give us this for free? Can
Right?
you just,
No.
let's build this relationship with
Right.
one another, and and see how that works."
And
So,
listen, I have a situation like that now where I know that I'm gonna say it like this. I know that the person is a taker, a taker, and I'm going to have to address the situation because I know where it's going. You know what I mean? And they just want to take, don't want to give, but want to take. And we don't want to be those individuals. You're
no.
not going to make it by just being a taker.
Hmm.
And in your business,
Yeah.
and if you really want to draw the line, and this is, I digress from that, but just to say this, churches, even churches. I remember a pastor who made something, and I mean, I love what he said. He said, "Listen, I don't want to be like every church that always hide behind volunteers. That's the first thing they think about is the volunteer set instead of." We was doing business with him. He owned his own nonprofit, and he used it. And I'm saying this, listen, and this is to churches. Don't always hide behind the word volunteer, because sometimes it's going to take even you to spend out money. You can't just use people just because and we kind of like twist up scriptures to make it feel like to make. I hate that where you try to make people feel guilty and make them say, "Hey, listen, you're not going to heaven if you're not giving. God's not gonna bless you because you're not giving." Well, we know time, talent, treasure. We get that, but we also understand that you don't want to be that individual where I know churches is so successful and everybody is. This brother was talking to me on the phone, and we're still on the same subject because we're talking about leeches. He told me that the pastor pretty much dogged the volunteer out because they wasn't moving fast enough. I mean, totally dogged it. Here, this
Wow.
person is giving their free time. They not
Mm.
going to hell because they don't help you. So let's get that situated. Let's get that
Mm.
situated first, and then I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, he's not gonna go to hell. They're not gonna go to hell because they're not volunteering full time. How do you know? Me and my wife, we have a ministry now with something called the Faith Kids. We volunteer our time in doing the Faith Kids, where we do a lot of giveaways. Do you know how much time? Well, you don't know. We spend a
Mm.
lot of time creating animations. And,
Hmm.
and that's a lot of work to
Yes.
minister to
Writing
kids. Right.
scripts.
And guess what? We don't get
Um.
paid for that. Guess what?
Mhm.
We're volunteering. We're volunteering. And guess what? That has everything to do with the body of Christ because people are being ministered to. Our hearts is right. We know God called us to it. So whatever we do for other people, that's even extra time that we do because we understand the word. See, a
Mhm.
lot of members, they don't know their Bible. So when you come to them about that volunteer, it's nothing wrong with volunteering,
No.
but it's something wrong with usury. There's a difference. It's a difference between using a person. It's different between a person volunteering time. I know people that will give so much time to the church where some of those people wasn't living right in the street.
Oh my
But they will
goodness.
give all their
Yes.
time to
Yes.
the church, but wasn't living right.
Mm-mm.
They wasn't living
Woo.
right. I know people that's in prison now. They
Mm-hmm.
gave all, man, listen, I'm not saying no name, but
Mm-mm.
I know an individual that's in prison now. And he was the right hand man to the pastor. He gave all of
Mm-mm.
his time. But I don't know if the pastor really looked at this individual's life. See, that's where we come, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
become usury instead of really that person volunteering, where you looking back at them and seeing if they're all right, meaning
Yes.
spiritually. Are you all right
Yes.
spiritually? You don't want
Mm-hmm.
to just use them to just so it'll help your agenda. You want to be able to look back at that individual to say, hey,
Say,
listen, is you all right?
is
You
you
get
all
what I
right?
mean?
What's
Everything
going
all right
on?
at the house, right?
Yes.
And you know, and I digress back from that back to
Yeah.
advertisement, but I wanted to
So.
step into that leech of taking, and not giving. You get what I mean? Sometimes we got to give. Even as a church, we got to be givers. The Bible said that they gave one to another.
Yes,
That's the
they
book of
sold their
Acts. See,
possessions.
yeah, right. We
Each
missed
and every
that
one.
part of the Bible. You get what I mean? But all I'm saying is, I digress. I go back to
Yes.
the advertisement, and that has a lot to do also from the
Mm-hmm.
church inside of our
Yeah.
organizations. You know, in
Yes.
terms of in the secular world and our business, because this is a ministry. God blessed us with a ministry with Bouchelle Media. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
you know, we know we have to operate that in order. You get what I
Most
mean? So
definitely. Most
we have to have
definitely.
money. We can't just go down in our price all the time because we have a family to
Yes.
raise. And I wouldn't want to take from you and your business because
No.
I know you have a family that
Mm-hmm.
you need to take care of. We forget that. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We totally forget that, you know, and I
So
know
we have a family first before we have a business.
exactly.
So we
Right.
have to,
Or our
set
bills
the
don't get paid. If we
most
help
definitely.
everybody out, how can our bills be paid? Think about that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If we take all of our time and resources and just sow it into your business, how will our family be taken care of?
Right. We know
You know,
God take care of us. That's true and
well,
all.
yeah,
But we
but he take care
still,
of us through also through our ministry that he's given us. You
yes.
know what I mean? To
Yes.
be a blessing to you, but also to receive and be a blessing
Most
to our
definitely.
house as well as to our church home. You know what I mean? So that we can give our
Mm-hmm.
tithe and offering,
Yes.
so that the
Mm-hmm.
church can be blessed. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So, but you know, just to
All right.
continue
So
on.
no, that was we went over
Yeah.
pretty much
So
everything.
what are we saying? Because we know we have to go.
Yes.
And but what are we saying? We're saying that you have to spend money in order to grow your business. I mean, there's other things that you could do spiritually, but we're talking
Yes.
about the straight
We talking
spending.
about the action
Right,
part. We
business
we
to
understand the
business.
faith part, but faith without action is dead.
Right.
So we know that you got to do something. Like Tony said, you got to get off of your hands. So what does
Right.
that require?
Spending your money, giving your money. You know what I mean? Spending your
Yes.
money, giving your money to me. If I'm being a blessing back to you, because we're gonna always stand by that. We're gonna give you quality service. Just like all businesses, hopefully they're giving you quality service.
Mm-hmm.
And they're spending, listen, one of the things that I hate is when people come into my office and tell me that, oh, all I need is 3 minutes of video time.
Oh
You
my
know how much
goodness. Woo.
see, that's the thing that people don't understand. 3 minutes in video time is a lot.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot. If you say 30 seconds,
Yes.
it's a lot to get that 30 seconds. When you
Yes.
see things on TV and it's 30 seconds or 5, it takes a lot in the video world so that you can see that 3 minutes or
Most
3 seconds. And
definitely.
people, no, they don't
It's
understand
not just
that.
okay, 30 seconds. Let me just sit down and hey, come on, let's go for it. No, it takes a lot of preparation
Right.
even before you even sit down in front of the camera. So
Right.
sometimes we gotta kind of look at things differently. We can't always look at it like, oh, that's just a 30-second video. That's
Right.
easy.
To you it is,
Yes.
but not to us. You know, and so
and,
always.
and also real quick, just because it's 30 seconds, that means that we don't want to have that thought or like, well, it's only 30 seconds, so I can give you $50. You know,
That's right.
We got to
Right.
get out of that frame of mind.
Right, because you know most jobs they don't pay you what you're worth. A career should, but a job doesn't pay you what you're worth. This is not a job. This is our career. This is our business. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So we want to get paid what we're worth. And sometimes we're and what am I saying? I'm standing on behalf of all businesses that go through the same thing where somebody always wants something for nothing. That's black people, and I'm talking to black people. We need to we need to get out of that mentality and start saying that I want to pay you. Because listen, when we stand up as a people and we start patronizing our business, one another business, we'll grow together and we'll become more
Yes.
successful. We can
Yes.
employ more people and do the things that need to be done. All you have to do is take a drive in Dearborn and see up Warren Road and those different
Yeah.
areas and see all of those different nationalities
Establishments. Yep.
of people that are the same, and they're growing and they're helping one another
Yes,
out.
they are.
Listen, if black people don't stand up right now and start opening up, getting their businesses off the ground, taking that income tax money and stop going
Yes.
and buy weaves and buying all the
TVs and
TVs. I'm talking about the
Xboxes
males
and
too. Yeah, and use that money, and they know they have a dream. And
yes.
don't apply it back into their own
On
business.
business.
Guess what? It's gonna, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying this in a racist way. It's gonna be nothing but white people and other
Arabics,
nationalities,
other nationalities,
in the
Indians.
downtown area of Detroit taking over the city of Detroit. It's happening now.
Oh yeah.
That's not a racist statement,
No.
but it's a statement that we need to look at ourselves and say, what are we going to do, or what are we prepared to do? Even what are we prepared to do? We, and I'm gonna say this, we quick to run and give our money to the church, but we won't take our own and believe it. Because listen, even when you put your money in the offering, you still got to do some things by faith in order for that seed to grow. You still have to do some things. You're just not going to put your money in the offering and walk away. It's not going to grow. The same thing with your business. You
Yep.
still have to take the money that you
plant that
have,
seed.
right, and put it into your business in order for it to grow. And that's why some of you are being Thai parents for 40 years
Oh,
and still
wow.
broke.
Yep.
40 years and still broke. I know people who've died, never had anything, but they gave their tithes. Don't know why, but they gave their tithes. Churches are, and listen, I'm not going on churches, but it's the same old thing that you see every day. And there's a lot of times it's with black people. It's more so black people than anyone else. They're not, and God has given them dreams that they have inside. I remember this one pastor, and I'm done. He said that, you know, where the most treasure, well, I forget how he phrased it, but he said, if you want to know where the bigger dreams are, and where the biggest dreams and treasures are, all you have to do is go to the cemetery.
Yep.
People who died with their dreams that God had given them, and they never made anything happen. It's a lot of treasures in the cemetery of people who've passed away with big dreams that
Yes.
God's given them. But yet we take our money and we put it in areas, but we don't want to get off our hands to make it happen. Listen, if you're a tithe payer, God bless you. If you're a seed sower, God bless you. But it's going to take more than just putting that seed in the ground.
Yes, it is.
You're going to have to get off your
Yep.
hands and start making things happen, because what? What does the Bible say? Faith without what? Actions
Is
are dead.
dead.
You're not gonna make it happen. So and then and at the other hand, we can't be leeches. Give and do for people. Do what you should be doing in order to make your business grow and to be a blessing to other people's business. Hey guys, we hope
All
that
right.
this been. We'll be coming out with more podcasts. We're going to
podcasts.
be, hopefully, we're going to be downtown Detroit.
Yes.
At what is
Urban.
that? Urban Ramen Noodles, I believe
Yup.
it's called. And we're going to be eating
It's a new
ramen noodles.
restaurant.
Hey, we went there today. It was delicious, you know. So anyway, we're going to be there, and we're going to talk about, I don't think we're going to talk business, but we're just going to talk about the food and how you
Yes.
guys should come down there and support them.
Yes, most
and,
definitely.
So, hey guys,
All right, guys.
we'll
We
talk to
thank
you
you
soon.
all.